Good afternoon and welcome to the Leigh Sports Village for today's fixture, the second friendly of 2015 as Leigh Centurions take on the North Wales Crusaders, who were unfortunately relegated from the Kingstone Press Championship last season. Anthony Murray has taken full charge of North Wales Crusaders in the close season. He's put together what's a pretty solid looking team, I have to admit, and once again I'm joined by Joe Wood. And Joe, looking down there, are you still favouring this North Wales Crusaders team as you did last year because of the Leigh East connection?
Well, yeah, there's some Leigh connection as well, Dave. I've just been looking through, and when you look, let me just put my specs on. As you say, you're Johnny Walker, who unfortunately got knocked out over at North Wales last year, and there was a bit concern for him, but he did recover. Johnny Walker, number 8. Ryan Duffy, so Johnny Walker is from Leigh East. He's a Warrington lad. Ryan Duffy, all the Leigh fans will know Ryan played over at Leigh last year. Unfortunately, he couldn't make Paul Rowley's squad, so he's over at North Wales. John O. Smith, again a Warrington lad who played over at Leigh East, and I believe John O was touted around quite a few of the other clubs in that division, but he's opted to stay over at North Wales, along with Gary Midless. Gary was due to go over to Australia, but something happened within the visa paperwork, shall we say, so he's been delayed going over to Australia. He again played for Leigh East. He's a Widnes lad, son of Chris Midless, nephew of any of the older fans that listening, Charlie Midless, the illustrious Charlie Midless, who played late 60s, early 70s, and Gary's a nephew. And of course, as you said, Anthony Murray and his assistant is Alan Adcroft, another Leigh favourite, and also Leigh East connection. So yeah, there is quite a few handshakes as I'll be taking part in after the game. Well,
I thought that you was going to shake everybody's hand beforehand, because I saw you across the way there, and there you was. But anyway, let us run through the side. This is I suppose you could say it's an experimental Leigh side in a lot of ways, because there's a number of the younger players that came through the ranks from the reserves last season. We all know what happened last year in the reserves. They won the respective grand final, went and had a brilliant season, scored lots and lots of points, and this is the best of those, and a couple of newcomers as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I've counted up there, I may be wrong in my count, but I've counted 9 out of the team who's turning out today, who played for, as I said, our all-conquering reserve team last season, should I say. And we've also got our new signing, Andrew Dixon, who's joined us from Salford via Halifax. I believe he was going on Halifax to loan, and Paul Rowley's scuppered that move, and he's got him on a 2-year deal, I believe. Now, Andrew Dixon was over at Saints with Matty Ashurst, and that was another player who Leigh tried to sign, who he's actually gone over to Wakefield. But Andrew Dixon's been signed not as a replacement for Richard Beaumont, I'm being told. I'm being told that Paul Rowley had looked at him for a couple of seasons, and he's finally, as he said, got his man.
He was also after Matty Ashurst, wasn't he?
As I say, yeah, and
selecting to go to Wakefield.
To Wakefield into the Super League regime. So, yeah, as I said, 9 players plus new signing Andrew Dixon. I believe Simon Knox's son was very close to being included in this team. Unfortunately, he's not made it. Simon Knox, an old favourite at Leigh, played when Paul Rowley did over at Leigh with Neil Turley, John Duffy, people like that. So, yeah, it bodes very well for the future that Paul Rowley and Neil Dukes have stepped aside, shall we say. They're overseeing everything, and Paul Anderson, Simon Finnegan, Simon Mayo and Mado, our testimonial man, they're in charge today. So, you know, they put a lot of onus on the reserves as North Wales enter the field. So
this could get confusing. They're in red and white.
Yeah. so what's the referee said about that?
We've got Leigh in change strip. Anyway, here's the two sides for Leigh. It's Johnny Pownall at full-back, wingers Ezzy Harper and Corey Leigh, centres Cameron Pittman and Sam Peat, half-backs Ben Reynolds alongside Jake Hanson. It's a front row starting off Fui Moi Moi, Lewis Foster and Oliver Wilkes, a back row of Andrew Dixon, Jamie Tracy and Sam Hopkins, a bench of Jordan Hill, Jack Peat, Sam Bagley, Luke Warburton, Elliot Licku, Frankie Holton, Johnny Walker and Jamie Acton. And for North Wales Crusaders, it's Tommy Johnson at full-back, wingers Rob Massam and Scott Turner, centres Alex Thompson and Stuart Reardon, half-backs are Lee Hudson and Carl Ashall, 2 hookers there actually, with Johnny Walker, Callum Wright and Ryan Duffy making the front row. John O'Smith, Matt Hobson and Gary Middlehurst in the back row, and a bench of Owen Griffiths, Ian Moore, Elliot Davis, Joe Burke, Patrick Mooney, Christian Rowetts and Matt Reid. And straight away Leigh in possession, 12 metres away from their own line. Fui Mai with the first take. Now it's down the right hand side with Jamie Tracy. Tracy's about 10 metres in from touch, 20 metres away from his own line. Away across it comes from Hanson, through Reynolds and Pownall, and then it's all the way across to the left hand side. It's given a running opportunity straight away to Corey Leigh, who gets over the halfway line before being wrestled in by Stuart Reardon, who was sporting a bob on his head, I think it would be fair to say. I thought he was wearing a little cap, to be honest.
I was going to say, not a bob cap. He's not a Jew on the side, is he? A Jewish
we don't know.
know.
Leigh crashing forward now through Sam Hopkins. He's 30 metres out from the try line, down centre ground, end of the first set of 6 for the Centurions in possession. They made good ground. Hanson drills his kick low, a little bit too much on it, and the 18-year-old sees the ball bounce and bobble its way dead. So maybe his first kick at first team level, not quite what he was hoping for, Joe.
That's true. I'm just looking through the team. You say you mentioned in commentary the Corey Leigh. Does he normally play fullback for our reserves?
Well, he's fullback, centre or wing, to be honest.
So he's a bit of versatile. So possibly during the course of the game we could end up seeing Corey good to fullback and Johnny Pownall on the wing. I don't know, but he said North Wales bringing it forward again here now. Good tackler by Andrew Dixon. We're in number 11. Yeah,
it was Hobson who took the run in. Comes from Leigh, actually, Mark Hobson. Played for Salford previously. Ball comes out. Oh, it's been snaffled up here by Leigh. They're away, down the ground. Sam Pete, no one's going to stop him. And he's going to open the scoring. We've only been going about 2 minutes, but he really did snaffle up that mistake. Hobson was trying to be a bit clever, wasn't he, by palming the ball around the man, and it was too clever for Reardon. Next thing you know, Sam Pete is away.
That's true, yeah, as you said, they were trying to play too expansive, too early on, and because Leigh was pressing, Sam Pete, he said pick the ball up and had a clear run. Nobody near him, 10 or 15 metres. Nobody got near him at all, Dave. So good start, as you said. 3-4 minutes in. Second set of 6. Well, not even our second set of 6. And good try, probably 10-15 metres in from this near side touchline where we're situated. And Ben Reynolds, who I thought was outstanding last week, Dave, against Wigan. Ben Reynolds to attempt the conversion. All our debutants last week. Fui was just as he's expected to be, but Ben Reynolds and Greg Worthington, I thought, have some rave reviews from our coach Paul Rowley, and rightly so. Ben Reynolds never took a backward step and outshone both the Wigan half-backs, Matty Smith and George Williams, in the first half for Wigan last week. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this season with Ben Reynolds. He's going to be pushing Martin Reid all the way. So he attempts his conversion.
So Reynolds, yeah, going to swing the boot at it, right-footed. Oh, send him back, he's missed. 4 points to 0. I'm only kidding, of course. Yeah. I am only kidding.
He certainly got the distance, but just didn't get the accuracy as was needed.
So it's back to the halfway line, 4 points to 0 in favour of the Centurions. Just the start that Leigh were looking for that, wasn't it? And they put him under a bit of pressure, but to snaffle up a mistake like that, and Sam Pete certainly showing he's got a bit of pace about him.
Yeah, I mean, Sam is a renowned second row, I'm led to believe, and he's playing at centre, so yeah, a good start there. So again, Jack Hanson got a bit out of line there, so Andrew Dixon snaffled the ball up as it bounced right over Jack Hanson's head. Fui takes the next drive in, and again he attracts 3 or 4 North Wales tacklers.
So Leigh, 12 metres away from the goal line, ball comes out left through Reynolds. Reynolds had a man on his shoulder, decided to take the ball forward himself. He's 25 metres away from his own line. They seem to be targeting Reardon early on, trying to tire him out, of course. Here's Sam Hopkins bundling and bustling his way forward up beyond the 30-metre line. Ball comes loose. It's a knock-on according to our referee, Mr. Gill. And Sam just looks up and says, "Are you sure?" It was a quizzical look, wasn't it?
It was a quizzical look. There could have been a loose hand there from Johnny Walker on the North Wales side, because we've got a Johnny Walker Leigh playing and a Johnny Walker on the North Wales side. I know Johnny's not on yet.
It's going to be pretty interesting, isn't it?
It is indeed.
Walker and Walker to like solicitors firm, that, isn't it? Anyway, North Wales in possession, 32 metres away from the Leigh line. Ball swept down the left-hand side. There's the bowling ball, John O'Smith. about 15 metres in from the touchline. Made a good 5 metres there as he took on Jamie Tracy down that right-hand side. Ball fed through the middle. Ashall drops it. Well, it was a bit of a wayward pass for him, to be honest. And Leigh on the counter-attack again. Here goes Dixon. Dixon, has the ball snaffled off him. 1-on-1. It was a good steal that from Gary Midler's, but the referee deeming there's no advantage and will take play all the way back to where the initial incident happened with the dodgy pass from Ashall. It's going to be a scrum head and feet to the Centurions, 22 metres out from the line, and we've been up and running for about 6 minutes now.
Yeah, you're saying, Dave, you just mentioned Ashall. Unfortunately, they've got two hookers playing halfback, Leigh Hudson and Carl Ashall. Jamie Dallimore, the Wigan St Cuthbert's former player, is unfortunately suspended, so I think they're a bit thin on the ground in the halfback position.
I wondered where Dallimore was, actually.
Yeah, he got a suspension. I think he got 2 or 3 games at the back end of last season. He's opted to use these friendlies as you know, a tick off of the number. So
he was particularly sparky, wasn't he, when the sides met in Wrexham. Anyway, Leigh looking sparky themselves, bringing the ball left. There's Johnny Pownall, good tackle coming on him from Scott Turner. Turner actually started last season playing against the Centurions for Barrow. Anyway, Reynolds feeds the left hand side again. Here's Sam Pete, had to ride that challenge which came at him from Carl Ashall, but did quite well. Ashall just letting him know he was there by lifting the arm up around the chin. Next, the ball is driven in by Wilkes. Wilkes just inside the 40. Last tackle signalled here for Leigh. Ball fed less to Reynolds. Reynolds pumps the ball high. It's one to test out Turner, who goes high for it. There's a penalty coming because Corey Leigh dived in to make the stop. And he was above, wasn't he? He leapt. He was in the air.
He was still in the air, so a bit of over-eagerness there by Corey Leigh. And as you said, a bit of a let-off for North Wales. So they punch the ball down. And Leigh will form up on the halfway line, and they will take the tap. North Wales 10 metres just inside their own half, 10 metres inside their own half.
It all went a bit slow motion. Reardon actually tapped it on the 40, but referee sent him back to take it directly on the mark. Anyway, there's Johnny Walker, the North Wales Johnny Walker, on his own 40 metre line, wrapped up by Fui Moi Moi, and it's driven by Duffy. Had a great game in Wrexham. He scored 2 tries, didn't he?
You took the words out of my mouth there, Dave. He was outstanding over in North Wales.
North Wales looking sparky again, coming to this right edge. It's with Reardon. He steps back on the inside. It was to test out Pete and Reynolds, but they were both up to the job. 40 metres away from the try line here are North Wales Crusaders. As Ashall brings it through the middle to Midlerst, whose strength belies his slight size and stature. He's 40 metres away from the try line now, plays it quickly. Ball fed left off right, and next it's John Smith on the left hand side. Ball goes backwards, picked up by Leigh, and Ezzy Harper has it on that right hand side. Good pick up. They reacted quickly again to the mistake, didn't they, the Leigh players?
They did, yeah. And I'm just looking over to our left that North Wales have brought probably a couple of minibus loads, and unfortunately they've got a drum over there, Dave, so I'm glad we're sat on this side.
Yeah, I'm quite glad that we're over this side as well, as Fui Moi Moi takes 4 of them to stop him. Johnny Walker dives in over the top. It was late, but referee doesn't say anything. Instead he's policing the 10 metres as ball spread left. They're spreading it wide early on Leigh and giving Corey Leigh a couple of running opportunities, and he's done well. He's done really well. He's beaten 3 players and he's 25 metres away from the try line down the left hand side. 5 metres in from touch. Pete, long ball to the middle. Reynolds keeps it moving on to Hanson. Hanson dabs it through. They're certainly running Tommy Johnson around. And in the end, they've got to chase back, and Rob Massam has it for the Crusaders, but even he's forced back towards his own line. That was great work from Corey Leigh.
It was, and as you said, Dave, you've said a couple of times, I think they found something on this right edge of the North Wales, as you said, Reardon, they're certainly targeting. The ball's never really gone across to our right edge, but our left edge have had plenty of work. Andrew Dixon and Sam Pete, Corey Leigh. As Johnny Walker brings it away for North Wales, Andrew Dixon faces up to him and tackles him. 10-15 metres away from North Wales' own try line.
Forward comes Midlerst now. Dummies, but runs straight headlong into the chest of Fui Moi Moi. It's not recommended. I'm shuddering just thinking about it as the kick comes in from right. It bounces up invitingly for Johnny Pownall to run onto, and straight away he makes 20 metres and he half breaks the middle and then takes a clattering for his trouble there. He ended up running into the front row, didn't he?
Yeah.
Next, the run is taken in by Jamie Tracy. I thought he stood up pretty well in his last 20 minutes at Wigan last week.
Yeah, I'm just going to say we're a bit confused, but he's just actually pulled the headband off. He had one on, Andrew Dixon had one on, but again, as you said, Dave, really impressed with his 20 minutes. Great ball off Ben Reynolds, coming Andrew Dixon on his left shoulder. Quick play the ball.
Yeah, Leigh trying to get away. Here's Pete. Pete ducking, diving, twisting, turning. Can he get to the line? He's just held up. That's a great tackle in the end. I don't know how they managed to keep him out, but Ryan Duffy's there, of all people. Reynolds dabbing forward for himself. Almost gets on it as well, but it's taken behind his own line by Turner. Turner's upended in his own in-goal area. Good chase from the Centurions. It's really good play from them. They've put the pressure on. They're still leading 4-0, and there's every chance, with the way that this ball is being moved about, that they could post further points, Joe.
Yeah, definitely, Dave. I think they're trying to, as you said, get into North Wales early doors, blitz them. The pace of the Leigh attack and defence it's breathtaking at the moment, and North Wales look as though they're all sucking plenty of air in on their own try line. So where we go, drop out, and it reaches. Oh, bad. Oh, shocking communication there between Jack Hansen and Ezzy Harper, and North Wales have got a bonus there. The ball's gone into touch from that resultant drop out. 10 metres inside Leigh's half, and it's a scrum down North Wales head and feet.
I've got to say that was a really good dropout though, wasn't it? Got between both men, kind of dribbled its way forward, didn't it?
But it's nothing to talking to your next player on the field, and I think there was a lack of it there, shall we say.
So North Wales go on the attack again. It's Middlehurst off the base of the scrum, runs it down the centre of the ground, and he will play it to right. Callum Wright, options down the right. He goes to Ashall, who then feeds it to Reardon. Reardon taking on Pete. It's good experience this for Sam Pete, coming up against such an established player in Reardon.
Yeah, he played in Super League and everything, and been about the game for quite a few years. As you said, Sam Pete's not giving any joy at the moment.
Hobson with a no-nonsense drive forward for the Crusaders. Now it comes to the middle. It's cleaned up by Hudson. He's certainly mobile, but so too is Fui Moima, who clattered him to the floor. 30 metres away from the try-line Crusaders. Ball fed left. There's Ashall stepping, twisting, comes back to the middle. Someone wants it. Somebody gets it. It's Walker. Walker does well with the drive to the 20. It's building in this set for North Wales.
It's last tackle now, Dave.
Ball fed left. Ashall pumps the ball high. One to test out Ezzy Harper. It's in behind his own in-goal area. Easy take from Ezzy Harper. He did make that look simple.
He did. And I'm just looking at, as you mentioned, Fui. He's getting involved in the game. Mr. Gill being a bit pedantic there. But I think last week, all the hurrah of everything about Fui making his debut, I think whatever he does, whatever game time he gets in, will be more beneficial for him today, Dave.
Definitely. Leigh coming down the left-hand side now through Dixon, 40 metres away from his own line. Plays the ball quickly. Infield it comes to Reynolds, who then sends it inside to an on-rushing Ollie Wilkes. Wilkes makes good ground, gets beyond the halfway line, finds his progress blocked by 3. The ball comes out, but it's illegal in the eyes of the referee. Yeah,
and I can see that Ollie's, he's got number 10 on his back. I think he's more at home playing in the middle of the field. Last week he started on the left edge of second row. And
he kind of drifted in and out of the game, didn't he, in that position?
But I don't think he gets as much involvement as he needs when he's just what he is now there in the middle of the field with number 10 on his back. So it's Lewis Foster to take the second phase of this penalty.
Here comes Fui Moimoi, comes down the left. I thought he was going to feed the ball to Pete, but decided to stick hold and drives it for the 20-metre line. Now it's Dixon. Good run from Dixon. I tell you what, he's looking like Sarsfield the way he's running in. Here's Foster, works it back for Hopkins. Hopkins crashing through, he's got over the line. Has he managed to ground it? The referee looks like he's going to give it.
Yeah.
And he gives it. What a smashing try, literally, from Hopkins.
Smashing try. Like you said, David, it came on the back. 3 drives. Fui took the first one. Andrew Dixon, as you say, been very impressive in these opening 15 minutes. And Sam Hopkins again, because the quick play the ball's getting a roll on. You can look at the North Wales team now. There's 2 or 3 of them on their haunches. They just can't compete with the speed that Leigh surely gained from playing against Wigan last week, because it was, you commented a couple of times last week, the game just flew by, and up to now 16 minutes according to our clock, the game is flying by because Leigh is so much faster and more alert than the North Wales team.
Sorry Joe.
Bit easier for Ben Reynolds, this conversion.
Yeah,
Don't put the jinx on him this time.
I was going to say he's about 10 metres to the left of the post, isn't he, this time round? So it's a far better angle for him to come up with. 70 goals last season for the York City Knights. I've been impressed with this Leigh team so far.
Yeah, as we said at the beginning, Paul Anderson and Simon Finnegan, Steve Mado have prepared them really well. I'm a bit disappointed, not Leigh Centurion's fault, but the season doesn't start until I think it's back end of February, beginning of March. So they must really be chomping at the bit because they've been in training since November.
Yeah.
You know, so how do you keep the lads interested? I know you're training, yeah, but there's nothing like the game time. So with that conversion by Ben Reynolds, that takes the score out to Leigh Centurions 10, North Wales Crusaders 0. I was even talking to, as I said, connection with the North Wales couple of players. Gary Midless reckons their league doesn't start until March. It's a big difference. It's a month behind.
It is.
Centurions League or of course Super League.
To be honest as well, Joe, I think that they're going to start off with a cup game, aren't they?
That's true. Yeah, they play West Hull, who won the relevant Challenge Cup in the National Conference.
So again, if they lose that, then they don't play again for another 3 weeks after that.
Exactly. Yeah. It's stop-start, isn't it?
Ball fed left from Leigh. Here's Reynolds. Reynolds full of running, taking on the line again. He had power all inside. Didn't feed it to him. Took the tackle on his own 40-metre line. 15 metres in from touch. Hobson it was doing the tackling. Now Wilkes throws a dummy. Surges forward. Takes on the challenge of Callum Wright. Hobson is there again. Leigh bring it left. Good kick over the top by Reynolds. Turns the full-back around. And that is a great kick. He found touch just before that corner flag.
Oh, it didn't. Mind you, the corner flag is still in play anyway, isn't it? So if it had touched the corner flag, it would have still been deemed, as you say, a brilliant kick. Scrum down on the 10-metre line. North Wales had a feed. But even now, you look at the North Wales team, they're struggling to get back. I think the pace of the game is just knocked them clean off the feet in more ways than one.
So Crusaders, they'll be thankful of actually getting hold of this ball. They're inside their own 20. On the wraparound from the base of the scrum is Turner, but he's forced back 5 metres. Certainly got the bit between the teeth of this Leigh side. Hungry Leigh side. And again, it's solid tackling over on that far side of Rob Massam. Going nowhere. Are the Crusaders at the moment now trying to make an advantage count, but that was a bit of a wild offload coming in from John O'Smith and couldn't be taken in on the wing there by Alex Thompson, who drifted out over on that side.
Yeah, the idea was right, Dave, and in theory it was a good ball, but in practice it went way over. It could have ended up in the first or second row of that west stand, but they are trying, North Wales, and I know John O'Smith will try and make the ball available. He punched the ground in, discussed with himself, but by that wayward pass it's put his own team under pressure. About 18 metres from their own try line.
Now,
scrum feed.
Can this Leigh attack grind up through the gears again? This is Cameron Pittman to the edge of the 20-metre line, veering off down the left. He's just to the left of the post. Here's Dixon.
Again, he's certainly hungry for the ball, Dave.
No nonsense drive, to be honest, there from Dixon. Coming to the right-hand side now is Wilkes. He then fed it on to Fui Moi. That had a blue flashing light on it, that pass. Yeah. Not a great one for Fui, but he took it. It comes left through Reynolds again. He plays it across. It's a good pass onto Corey Leigh, who just tries to escape the clutches of Turner. The ball goes loose and eventually goes out of play, but that was good defence by Turner on that occasion.
Yeah, I'm just looking. Ollie Wilkes has just gone over to Fui and said, sorry mate for that ball, I'll stick to me driving. I'll practice my ball handling skills.
Yeah, it wasn't a great pass. To be fair, it wasn't a great pass at all. But I'm sure it was an accusing look by Fui. And to be honest, looking at the man, I wouldn't like to get on his wrong side.
That's true, yeah.
But good defence, as I mentioned, by Turner. So Crusaders have the ball again. It's Middlehurst coming through the middle. All wrapped up by 2. Jamie Tracy just giving away a cheap penalty. Holding on a little bit too long.
Is that the first penalty against Leigh? I think it is, Dave, is it?
Well, I've got it's the second penalty, for North Wales, actually. I could be wrong, though.
Never.
It has been known. Tap to be taken just inside their own half by Thompson. He feeds it to the middle and Hudson, who then finds a strong running Ryan Duffy. But the Leigh defence meets him headlong on. Next it's Midlust. Oh, Fui my shot out of the line but missed him totally.
Yeah, a good job I think. Otherwise he could have put Gary Midlust in too. But as I say, it'll all do him good as Fui getting into the swing of the game.
Playing it at the front man on the left hand side, which is Jono Smith. He's all wrapped up by 3. Tell you what, if Jono Smith can get his arms free, he'll create stuff, won't he?
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, that look forward down the left hand side. Ball is spilled. It seemed to be spilled for a minute there. The referee deeming that there was a shoulder charge which went in on Hudson, I think it was, as the ball went out. He's grounded on the floor.
I didn't see who committed that misdemeanour, shall we say, there, but as you say, I was looking at the forward pass and he's actually stopped the game.
He's having a chat with a couple of people here, isn't he? And the Leigh skipper in particular, Ollie Wilkes.
I didn't see anything untoward. He might have been just a few minutes late.
He got there as soon as he
could. There's
the old defence, isn't it?
Yeah. I once remember Brian Bowman, our ex-director, club chairman, telling me when he was on the disciplinary committee as one of our famous loose forwards, Dennis Boyd, was up before the judge. And when he was asked, he said, I got there as soon as I could, sir.
It's an old excuse. It is an old excuse, isn't it? But Crusaders have another penalty, which puts them certainly to the forefront and certainly inside the Leigh 20 with a set of 6 coming up. So Thompson will tap and look for the running of Jono Smith, who powers up and surges in at the Leigh defence. You can see why he's such a popular figure for the North Wales Crusaders fans, can't you?
Oh, without doubt, yeah.
5 metres away from the line. Crusaders lining plays up. It's Ashaw handed on to Johnny Walker, who takes a settler and takes 3 tacklers as well. Right, looking left this time. Feeds it across to Midlust, who then drops it back. It's a mistake from Ashaw again. Leigh have picked it up. They've come away scot-free there.
Yeah, that's the 3rd time, Dave. When they've got near our line, they've just not been at the races with some of the balls, some of the passes, and thankfully it's let Leigh off the hook.
Ezzy Harper plays the ball. Jack Hansen lets it go to the left-hand side. Then there's a mistake which comes in off the pass inside from Reynolds. It was knocked on by Sam Hopkins, so there's more pressure coming up for Leigh. Has somebody suddenly told this Leigh side, go and do some tackling?
Well, yeah, possibly. But I think, if I remember rightly, Dave, when we played over at North Wales the end of last season, we was very fortuitous with penalties, and I think we're doing the same again today.
I think it was a deserved victory last time we played.
I'm not doing it, but I'm saying we made a bit of hard work by giving silly penalties away. That's what I was meaning.
And so far they've been a bit cheap over the last couple of minutes in gifting away possession and penalties. So there's Jono Smith again. Vavavoom bashing his way down the left hand side. Right, feeds it to the middle. Ball comes all the way across to Johnson and Reardon. Reardon asks Turner to come at him, and Turner eventually does, but the Leigh defence finds him. The 15 metres shy of the try line. Ball fed to the middle, and Johnson, who drops it back for Duffy, who takes on Fui Mai. Heads recoiled of both players.
Yeah, good look. Well done, Ryan.
Now Wright out to the left hand side. It's good movement, this. And straight away they're going to respond here are the Crusaders, because striding his way through, Tommy Johnson unpicking the Leigh side there.
Yeah, and as I said, Dave, previously, we've given some cheap penalties away, cheap yards away, so we put ourselves under pressure. North Wales sucked us across to their right hand side, our left, and then created the opening, and there was 2 or 3 man overlap there as we was a bit sparse on our right edge, so bit of a lesson taught there, Dave, I think.
I was just looking who they brought on. They brought on a couple of players actually of North Wales. I was trying to see who they've actually brought into the halfback, because they've got a number 29 out there now on their official list. It's Liam Brennan, but it's definitely weren't Leon who took the pass, and he's not on the team sheet either.
No, I know that Leon has gone back to North Wales, but he says he's not on the team sheet, so I don't know.
This is where you get to this sort of stage of the season. There's new haircuts, new numbers, new kits to deal with.
Yeah. That's why I let you take charge, Dave.
Gee, thanks. Tommy Johnson strikes the conversion as well. 10 points to 6 in the score here. And we've been going for 25 minutes.
Yeah, I think they'll have got a bit of ear bashing there with the Leigh team from Paul Anderson via Steve Maiden and Simon Mayo will come on and with a few instructions. And I think it's basically don't give them cheap yards. So Lewis Foster restarts the game and kicks it in front of the west stand. And good 3-4 man tackle over there. 20-30 metres away from the North Wales line. Scott Turner brings it in again. 3 men tackling yet again, so you know they're doing the job. Oof, that was a big hit there. Just trying to see, I think that's a replacement that has just come on, Dave. Number 20, so that's Elliot Davis who's on the field there. He's replaced.
He's
Johnny
a big looking lad, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
Hobson running straight down the middle for the Crusaders as they reach the halfway line at the end of this set. Callum Wright will play it, then passes left. Kick comes in. See, this is that little fella. We're in number 29, and we've not got a 29 on a team sheet here, so I'm not quite sure who that guy is. A.N. Other. Still, it was a solid kick. Leigh in possession. Let's not get carried away. I just hope he doesn't score. I've got to find out who it is if he does.
That's true, yeah.
So Hanson passing the ball left for Reynolds. Oh, it does well, does Reynolds. Speeds away from the man who dived out of the line, Carl Asherall, who's defending out in the centres now. Dixon runs at him, takes on Reardon as well. Wrestles with the pair of them and makes his way inside North Wales territory. Foster across to his right from Reynolds, who picks up Fui Moi Moi at pace. He's spun right round in the challenge and then he offloads brilliantly. Lovely pass from Foster off the deck to Reynolds, who's taking on the line. He's eventually brought down by Johnson. Quick play of the ball. Last tackle. Leigh with numbers. Lovely pass from Dixon. And Corey Leigh will drive his way through. Great score from Corey Leigh. What a pass from Dixon.
Oh, outstanding. Outstanding. And again, you know, that's the first time I've actually seen Fui offload the ball. I've seen him a couple of times contemplate doing it, but this time he did. Lewis Foster just stumbled, but again he was quick to react out the back door for Ben Reynolds, and as a result from that tackle, as you say, Andrew Dixon saw that there was just enough space for Corey Leigh to squeeze in. He got round the outside of the North Wales winger and managed to get round 10-12 metres away from the goalpost to plant the ball down. It's just a response that Leigh wanted. There was a bit under the cosh before from North Wales, giving, as we said, stupid penalties away. So hopefully this can push us a bit further away from them. Ben Reynolds going to try this conversion to take us up to 16-6.
And I've got to give a bit of credit there as well to Reynolds, because in the build up to that he picked his way through the middle of the defence, didn't he, to set up the position. He quick play the ball.
Exactly. He followed.
It was Foster, wasn't it?
It was Foster, yeah.
It was Fui to Foster, and then little flick out the back to Reynolds, wasn't it?
Yeah. And then, as you said, quick play of the ball allowed Andrew Dixon to fire the pass to Corey Leigh out on our left edge. So Ben, that's 2 out of 3 for him.
There's an old song there, isn't there? 2 out of 3 ain't bad. 16 points to 6. If we're on Meatloaf songs, you took the words out of my mouth there, Joe.
Yeah. Because Ben Reynolds like a bat out of hell then.
Like it. We're back on the halfway line with the Crusaders. Current scoreline 16 points to 6 in the Centurions' favour. Just the response they were looking for. And a bobbling restart gets down to Reynolds. Infield it comes to Jamie Acton. Tell you what, you can tell he's on because the noise level in the North Stand just lifted up a couple of notches.
Yeah, he certainly is a crowd favourite, isn't he?
Foster across to Reynolds. He then feeds it back to is that Walker?
Johnny Walker, yeah.
Johnny Walker. And the other Walker's off for North Wales as well
that
at the minute.
That makes it easier for you then, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it? Here's Foster making it look easy himself as well, as he picked through the middle of the defence and made a good 15 metres with a charge.
Yeah.
Pownall to his right.
See as Ollie Wilkes and Fui have left the field for Johnny Walker and Jamie Acton.
Hanson not lacking any confidence in taking the line on there, gets up to the halfway line. Now Walker, always one who can offload. Is he going to offload on this occasion? There's 3 players on him. No, he's going to stick hold on this occasion. 40 metres away from the try line. Foster across to Hanson. They certainly charged up, but he did well, did the youngster. Then feeds it left to Reynolds, then to Dixon. Now it's left with Pete, and out to Corey Leigh. Corey Leigh kicking infield. That's a beautiful kick. There it again, Leigh. That is a superb kick from Corey Leigh, just off the side of his boot. And is that Johnny Pownall that's touchdown?
It was, yeah, certainly off the cuff by Corey Leigh there. He said Jack Hanson, North Wales Crusader, one defender shot out, and he could have upended Jack, but he did really well. Sidestepped him and offloaded the ball to Ben Reynolds, who again offloaded it to Sam Pete. Corey Leigh run a good 20 metres, and then, as you said, off the right boot, Johnny Pownall hopefully won't score an easier try than that one, Dave. Oh, I can't say easy tries. Mr. Lane said I'm not allowed to say.
He just made it look easy.
He made it look easy, yeah.
But he had to judge the bobbling ball, didn't he? Because
did,
it was. But he made it look easy, but it wasn't quite as easy as it seemed because of the way that the ball was bobbling.
There's too many easies here. Mr. Latham, our illustrious historian, will be picking that up.
He'll be having words. We're getting a memo.
Yeah.
20 points to 6. Well, he hadn't envisaged this scoreline at this stage of the game, Joe.
Well, no, not with the team that North Wales had out, but it must give a big rap to our reserve team because, as I said, 9 out of the starting 13 are class. I'd say class as reserves, but they're not. It's all one big happy family here, so they'll all be pushing and giving Paul Rowley a bit of a nudge here for our next friendly. And Ben Reynolds unsuccessful with that one. So, according to that clock over there, Dave, I don't know about you, is that 33 minutes?
I've got about 31 played, actually.
31 played. You've not brought my stopwatch today, Mr.
I know, I'm sorry. I've let you down there, Joe.
Been your bag of tricks. A bit like Tommy Cooper.
Just like that. Just like that.
So again, North Wales restart. I thought that was the illustrious Ian Mort, but it's not. It's Scott Turner who restarted then. Because Ian Mort's made another return to Leigh as part of the North Wales team. He's come down from Barrow with Anthony Murray. Bit easier travelling over to Wrexham than it is up to Cumbria to Barrows for Mr. Mort. Johnny Walker takes the ball in again, and as you said, Dave, he's looking. You know, there's 3 men scrambling around him to offload the ball. Lewis Foster restarts. When they decide to let him go?
Oh, there's lots of mauling about there.
Yeah,
come on, referee.
Indeed.
Clamp down on it. Here's Hanson working the right side. Pownall half bursting through the defence.
Just got his shirt tails there, Dave. Got his shirt tails.
40 metres from his own line. There's a penalty coming to Leigh. Holding down there from the number 3, Christian Ruiz.
That's bound to come because of the previous tackle on Johnny Walker. There was rowing and mauling, as they said, Dave. So Ben Reynolds kicks it to the west stand. And Leigh will restart on North Wales' 20 metre line.
The Centurions, will they fancy a 5th try before the break? Good charge from Acton. Good challenge as well from Ruiz. Oh, and there's a knock on there from Acton. He was that busy wanting to get up and have words with Ruiz for putting a good challenge in.
Yeah, a bit of an ego thing for Jamie to be dunked like that. He won't like that, so just lost his concentration a bit. And as you say, an easy knock on, easy possession given away to North Wales.
And it's a shame because that Leigh attack was starting to look interested again, wasn't it? As he got to this end of the field, 25 metres away.
Yeah.
But it's the visitors who are in possession in the red, white and black kit. Across to the right-hand side it comes with Reardon. Dragged in by 3 defenders, 25 metres away from his own line, 15 metres in from touch. Callum Wright at dummy half, infield to Ashall, long ball out to the left-hand side to John O'Smith, who feeds it left again, and it beats everybody and finds the touchline. I don't think you can blame John O'Smith there, though. The players outside him, they weren't
giving him much help, was
they? They didn't really give him options, you know. And if they just hung back a little bit, because they were all playing that flat attack, weren't they? So if they'd hung back just a little bit, that was a little bit dangerous for Leigh.
It could well have been, and as you said, John O'Smith, he's the bowling ball, and he does cause some problems for defenders. He might be blowing a bit now, knowing John O as I do, but he's certainly been quite lethal for them if people would follow him.
Cameron Pittman coming down the left-hand side for the Centurions. I thought he was going to wrap off with the ball on the left-hand side there, but he decided to stick hold. That could have easily been a penalty as well. Leigh driving through the middle again.
Just looking who that is, Dave. Number 25.
It's actually Jack Pete, that.
Is it?
Yeah, here's Reynolds. Our numbers are all to what's it, so we'll try and get it amended at half time.
Yep.
But yeah, that was Jack Pete. Now that's a lofty ball. Horrible pass in the end, to be honest, by Walker. He was trying to play standoff there, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, that's another one like Ollie Wilkes previously. Just do your job, Johnny.
Here's Rob Massam, Welsh international, wrapped up, clattered to the deck. He's actually the top scorer in North Wales history as well, as John O'Smith brings it down the left-hand side now. The bowling ball picks up another 10 metres. Now, Crusaders bringing it across the middle. Middlest all held. They didn't go anywhere on that particular play. Good defence through the middle from Foster. Right. Feeds it down the right. Kick comes in to complete the set. It's a solid kick as well. Pownall has it inside his own 20.
There's plenty of open space there, Dave.
Oh, takes a little tumble, but gets up again. Shrugs himself away from Callum Wright. Goes again. It's a good run, actually. Good clearing run from Johnny Pownall.
Yeah, definitely.
Plays it back to Foster, who feeds it on the right-hand side to Jacques Pete.
You'll see Fuafua's made another appearance and Jamie Tracy's gone off for a well-earned rest. So we've got 3 core forwards on the ball.
Oh, flick ball comes out. Here's Fui, my, right on cue, Joe. Up to the halfway line. You couldn't have scripted that better if you tried, Mr. Wood.
No, I try.
Reynolds feeds it left. Lovely pass. Lovely take as well from Dixon.
Yeah, a double pump ball there off Ben Reynolds.
He's looking good again at half-back, isn't he, Reynolds? Oops. That went a little bit awry, though, that play from dummy half, as Foster picked it up. Decided that he'd go down the left, saw there was nothing doing, tried to flick the ball out, and in the end it found this touch judge.
Yeah, I think Stuart Reedon was a bit wiser there. He just managed to catch Lewis's arm and just divert the ball away from our left edge there, Sam Pete and Corey Leigh. So, bit of a poor end to that set of 6. So we must be, 3 or 4 minutes from half time. And again, David said that it's flown over these 40 minutes. That's certainly entertaining.
That's because we've been missing our rugby, I think, more than anything, Joe.
Again, another cheap penalty. First tackle.
To North Wales, that is. It's a lash to the touchline. Referee wasn't happy with it, though. He's having a word here with Middlehurst. And Reardon's in there as well.
Yeah.
Geez, it's like a union meeting out there. What's going on?
There is, shall I say, a bit of history between Mr. Middlehurst and Mr. Gill.
Is he the referee that when he got sent off and banned for 6 games the other year, he was involved in that?
Possibly, but they went to school together, so...
Oh, right, okay. So they're obviously catching up. Does Friends Reunited still exist? Could they not do that over, online sometime as opposed to on a rugby field?
Well, the living witness is on. Adam used to work at the Widnes ground when he wasn't working here. Adam Gill, the referee. So,
well, somebody's got to work in living witness, haven't they?
Any witness list next time you go over to witness.
Yeah, any witness listeners, I do apologise. The North Wales Crusaders have it, ball in hand, and it's Joe Burke, the man who's he's actually Welsh, but he's joined them from Barrow. Next to run, he's taken in by Elliot Davis. He gains a good 5 metres there, but straight into the chest of Fui Mai again. Now Ashall feeds it down the right hand side. Good challenge coming in from the Centurions there on Johnson, who's put a bit of size on in the close season, I've got to admit.
He looks it, yeah.
Reardon. The ball was just available for a second.
Tommy Johnson was just looking for the return pass off Stuart Reardon.
Yeah, he didn't quite get it. Now Ashall has it again in the middle. Feeds it out to the left. Good charge forward from Davis. Equally solid defence from the Centurions. Holding North Wales Crusaders at bay on the 20 metre line. Last tackle signalled. Ashall with a clever kick. And that's well taken in by Dixon, who has to duck not once but twice as players came in for him. They must like his hairband. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
There's Pownall, brave little charge forward from the fullback. Leigh inside their own 10. Reynolds quickly shipping it across to the left hand side though. Sam Pete well held by Reardon. Well held by Ashall. Here's Johnny Walker. Next drive forward for the Centurions. Drags 4 defenders in. Foster was available for the pass, but the pass didn't come. Now Reynolds hoofs it long. That's well taken by Johnson. Inside his own 40. He's allowed to pick his way forward, and Reynolds followed up with the challenge. He's tackled just inside his own half. Now Turner makes another 5 or 6 metres from dummy half, running to a more central position, as does Rob Massam, his fellow winger, who's ran 60 metres to get involved behind the dummy half there, hasn't he?
Well, there's nothing like sharing it out, Dave.
That's it.
That looked forward.
It's Joe Burke. Loses
did well.
Yeah, he flicked the ball out quite acrobatically. Now here's Joe Smith. Bang! Fui moi. Yeah. Comes in with the stop. 22 metres from the try line here, North Wales Crusaders. It's Ashall, works it down the right hand side with Thompson. Thompson flicks it out brilliantly for Ashall. Referee says that he'd already called held and wants him to play the ball. Once upon a time that would have been a penalty, wouldn't it?
It would, yeah, and I think it's all the split second, isn't it? You know, the referee's blown for time, said it that would have been tackle.
Yeah,
trying to explain it.
So we go to the half-time break. Leigh Centurions in front by 20 points to 6. 4 tries scored from Sam Peat, Sam Hopkins, Corey Leigh and Johnny Pownall. 2 goals from the boot of Ben Reynolds. And in response, the Crusaders, they've been spirited. They've looked interesting and looked pretty good on attack at times. The Leigh defences cope with a lot of what's been thrown their way. Tommy Johnson with the try and goal. It's 20 points to 6. And join us after the break. Hello and welcome back to the second half here at the Leigh Sports Village. It's Leigh Centurions taking on North Wales Crusaders. As in the first half, I'm Dave Parkinson and I'm joined by Joe Wood. And Joe, we saw a lot of good stuff, didn't we, from the young players in this Leigh side?
Definitely, Dave, yeah, definitely. I was well impressed with every one of the 13 who started and you know, the substitutes who took to the field, likes of Johnny Walker, Jamie Acton. Just adding that bit of experience too. As we said, there was roughly 9 of the reserve team started the game, and no doubt Paul Anderson and Steve Maiden, Simon Mayo will interchange. A couple more lads, you know, like Sam Warburton, Elliot Liku, Frankie Alton, they'll all be coming on. Can I just mention, Dave, at the beginning of the second half, it's my daughter Lindsay's birthday today, and hopefully she'll be listening. Thomas's mum, happy birthday, Lindsay. All my love, Dad. You'll love me for that, won't you?
Well, away we go for the second half, and that's a bit of a birthday present. Leigh have kicked off. North Wales Crusaders got hands on it, pushed it dead. So it's going to be a drop out from under the post and possession for Leigh at the start of the second half.
And I found a stopwatch too, Dave.
Well, I've got a stopwatch as well this second half, so we can be a little bit more accurate with our timekeeping. You've got to remember it's early season for us as well.
Yeah.
So drop out taken by North Wales Crusaders. It's straight up in the air, got about 35 metres away from the line. Here's Johnny Pownall, dummy to the left, brought it to the right, ended up falling to the challenge of Owen Griffiths. Next the run is taken in by Johnny Walker, approaching the 20, offloads wildly, usually comes up with at least one wild offload a game, let's hope that's it. Lewis Foster has to chase back, and Leigh have lost a good 10-15 metres with that. Here's Elliot Liku, son of Tau. We've had son of Lee Hansen playing as well. Here's Reynolds deciding to take it on himself. I am really liking the look of this Reynolds. I think he looks like he could become a really useful acquisition for Leigh.
Yeah, I must agree with you there, Dave.
Elliot Liku feeding the ball across to Pownall. He then feeds it left again to Dixon. Dixon leaves a trail of destruction in his wake and goes 5 metres from the try line. Foster, dummies, ducks his way for the line. He's got over the line. Referee just checks with the touch judge. I don't think this will be allowed, to be honest.
No, I think that's...
he's gone over to...
Tommy Owen, I think that is, on that near side touch.
No try, held up. And
Last
it's
tackle.
the last tackle, so it's a turnover. So Crusaders will have the ball 10 metres away from their own line. This is a really good position, to be honest, though, for the Centurions to launch an attack. For North Wales Crusaders, would say, to try and get forward and for Leigh to launch an attack with the defence. That's what I was trying to say. It's easy for me to say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, John.
I do, Dave, and I'm sat here at side here, so I know what you mean, yeah.
I don't know whether anybody else does who might be listening.
Oh, somebody will pick you up on it, no doubt.
So you're listening via mixlr.com/Leigh Centurions, and hopefully watching this via Leigh Centurions TV. The Crusaders have the ball 25 metres from their own line. There's a real wrestle going on there between Cameron Pittman and Middlehurst. Dart forward, taken in. There's a penalty here for the Crusaders again. They currently lead that score by 5-2.
And again, that's cheap yards, Dave, as we say. You know, I can see Ian Mort's on the field with number 21 on his back, an ex-Leigh player there. Lee Swinton-Barrow, now at North Wales. And he was a fan's favourite when he was earning his coin over at Leigh. So they're on the attack. Early doors here in this second half.
Yeah, and it's Ryan Duffy with the charge. Took the big puffs of breath into the cheeks, didn't he? And charged his way forward. Owen Griffiths to his right-hand side. Uses the figure of Patrick Mooney, a new signing from Oldham. Played 7 times for the Roughheads last year.
Owen Griffiths is son of Clive, I believe, Dave. Is that right?
Yeah, I wondered why he was getting in on the team, but obviously he's there on merit this time round. Here we go, Ashall. Spun right round like a rag doll by the Leigh defence there, 15 metres from the try line.
Yeah, Cameron Pittman, I've not heard him mentioned in commentary because it's all been down our left edge. John O'Smith still doing his turn there.
It's a good run from Smith, that. Took on the Leigh defence. Ezzy Harper challenging up top. Jack Pete low down. Here come the Crusaders. That's almost a try, is it? He's just held up.
Just held up, just like Leigh was previously.
And then that's a real hash of a play of the ball there, but a penalty goes the way of the Crusaders.
I think that was a real, as you say, hash of it there. As John O'Smith tried to kick the ball through and was pushing and shoving, but
Middlehurst was so close to a try though, wasn't he? It was good defence.
This number 29 there, we've still not found out who he is. He's kicking for touch, just comes back 10 metres, gives them a bit more breathing space. Can he not recognise that player there? It's unlike you not to know a player.
Well, I've got a feeling that I do know who it is, and I remember that I was reading something about it, but I don't remember him actually being given a squad number really for the Crusaders this year. And I wonder whether it's Chalky White, who used to play at Leigh a few years ago.
All right.
Craig White, I think his name was. He has actually played for the Crusaders before. I know that he was training with them. So ball fed down the right hand side. Mort, lovely ball out to that right hand side, and it's with Scott Turner. Turner's just held up. This is a good early examination of the Leigh defence. Can they pass with flying colours? And there's the offload coming in. It's a try for the Crusaders, and it's Owen Griffiths with the score. Lovely little bit of support, close support, supreme. Nice little offload from that number 29, who we need to find out who it is.
Exactly, yeah, but I think a bit of an old head there, Dave. He does look a bit long in the tooth, looking from our far up view up here, but you know, a bit of a steadying hand for the Crusaders, settled them down and added a bit of direction to them. So a good start to this second half. Bring the score at this moment. Leigh Centurions 20, North Wales Crusaders 10, with a conversion by Ian Mort to come. So bit of an upset there for Leigh, but again, I'll emphasise it, penalties. It
was an unfortunate penalty to be given, though, wasn't it? You know, and a fortuitous one for North Wales Crusaders. I have got to say that.
Yeah, but they all count on that number at the end of the game, don't they? So referee Adam Gill stopped the clock while Ian Mort prepares this conversion. So Leigh are all to the left of the post, regrouping and trying to sort themselves out. We've actually got a North Wales player injured right on the corner flag, but I don't think the referee stopped the game for that. He's receiving a bit of attention. Looks like he's got a bit of a bloody nose. So again, Ian Mort to attempt this conversion, number 21 on his back. I love his kicking stance here, Ian Mort. He must practice for hours on end.
It usually works for him. He's a good 75-80% kicker at Leigh, but he's missed that one. I've cursed him
that way, didn't it?
I have cursed him. So it's 20 points to 10 at the start of this second half.
So Lewis Foster to restart the game. And restart the game he has, because he kicked it straight out on the full.
Oh,
that's another penalty. Get your pen marking on that one, Dave.
Yeah, 7th penalty for North Wales, that one. And they'll look to go on the attack from the halfway line. Ashall goes for the far side. Finds a good touch as well. Gains a good 22 metres with the kick. Once again, they'll charge headlong at the Leigh defence. Owen Griffiths, infield to Ashall. He handed it on. And the defence crashes in. Acton leading the challenge there along with Liku. Now Midlust running down the right-hand side. No prisoners taken in that challenge from Acton. Midlust disappears underneath the challenge of those two players. Reynolds the other man. Owen Griffiths running across the middle, linking with Ashall. Out it comes down the left edge. Oh, juggled by Mort. He handed on for Massam. It was a forward pass. And that was because he was juggling with it, wasn't it? He knew that he had to get rid of it to complete the play.
I think, and by the juggling bit, you said the winger here, Massam, was unfortunately just one stride too far in front of him, and he got clattered for the ball as well. So
there's a fine margin, isn't there, between when you take the ball and not. I mean, you know yourself, don't you, from your time as a player.
Yeah. I think I've forgotten now though, Dave. It's history that long since. Oh, we're on the break here.
Yeah, it's Corey Leigh. He's going now on the left-hand side. Oh, he's took Mort on. That's a fantastic try from Corey Leigh. Fully 80 metres from the scrum. Ball fed right across. Wow.
Yep, wow is the word with a capital W. Because that was he certainly left 3-4 players in his wake, and as you say, Ian Mort gave him the outside, and he certainly took it with pleasure and left Morty in his wake. Just the response Leigh needed. They've been a bit off tee there for a couple of minutes, giving silly penalties away, and just the response we needed. And I can see Jack Hanson's going to be kicking a goal for the next conversion. Ben Reynolds is still on the field, so yeah, just pushes us a bit further away again. Just what the doctor ordered for this young Leigh Centurions team. So how do you keep pace with that from North Wales? You've no chance, have you? Because he certainly showed a clean pair of heels, did Corey Leigh.
Well, there's that old saying, isn't there, that if you've got pace, then that's the only thing that counts, isn't it, really, in a rugby field? If you've got pace and you can get around the man, jeepers. Well, that's a missed conversion by Hanson.
Yep. He's just got through the game. We were in 10 minutes of the second half. He's just done his own thing, Jack Hanson. He's just done what he needed to do. He's not been overawed by the experience, and that's a good plus, because he is only the younger end of our reserve team, but it all bodes well for the future as they restart it. Again, a bit of misjudgment there, so Hezi Harper takes that ball in.
Yeah, Centurions inside their own 20. Ball fed to the middle. There's Jacques Pete. Running strongly, the former Warrington and Swinton man. Actually played 16 games for Swinton last year. Backed himself to gain a contract at Leigh for the forthcoming future. Now Leigh splitting them open again, this time on the left-hand side. There goes Andrew Dixon. It's a fine run from Dixon, and he feeds it left. It's another try for the Centurions. Free-flowing rugby supreme, and Johnny Perenall touches down.
Yeah, you can't touch that, Dave, can you? A couple of little drives in here, just settled it down a bit, and then quick hands, a couple of good runners, and great ball there. Andrew Dixon showed a clean pair of heels and then did the right thing. Just as he was getting caught up, he offloaded to Johnny Perenall, who I'd say Johnny's probably one of the fastest on Leigh's boots, so there's no way anybody was going to catch him there. Pushes us further away from North Wales, who getting back behind their own post, look a bit disgruntled with that one. So see if Jack Hanson's a bit more successful with this kick.
Well, he's just to the left-hand side of the post now, isn't he? It's even closer to those uprights now. But wow, what a run from Dixon.
Exactly, yeah.
He showed a clean pair of heels, didn't he? I mean, he's one of those guys that he's scored a few tries in his career, but certainly the Salford fans were impressed with the way that his game was developing last year.
Yeah.
Even though he didn't get much games.
No, but again, harping back to him, and as we said at the beginning of broadcast, Matty Ashers, two good young lads from St Helens, and probably because of the salary cap they had to let them both move on. And hopefully we can pick up the pieces with Andrew Dixon here, and he can be a real good signing for us, because unfortunately Matty Sarsfield's going to be out for a bit longer than was first anticipated, so he's just going to drop into that second row berth next to Tommy Goulding. So again the restart, and Ben Reynolds takes that one in. Just takes the tackle off Ryan Duffy, Gary Midlust. Lewis Foster acting half back behind him. The score now is Leigh Centurions 30, North Wales 10.
52 minutes of the game gone by my watch. Forward comes Foster. Feeds it to Wilkes. Oh, it's free-flowing stuff from Leigh. Great play on the left-hand side. Dixon's away again. And he feeds it left. And it's all the way across to Corey Leigh. And Corey Leigh will finish. They've been hit with a whirlwind of North Wales Crusaders over the last 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Leigh have cut loose. 3 superb tries.
Without doubt, Dave, without doubt. I'm just looking back here near the halfway line. Again, Ben Reynolds, he took one for the cause. I think it was a bit late, and he's thumping the ground. Well, I hope he's not injured, because he got a certain smack in the ribs last week, and he's seems to be a bit groggy, whether he's limping or... I think it was just off the ball as it had gone, so... Can't take it away from him there. Again, Dave. Ben Reynolds, Andrew Dixon, Sam Peat, Corey Leigh. Fantastic.
Corey Leigh, he's really burst into this side. I tell you what, Liam Kay's going to have to watch out.
Yeah. That's a good call, Dave. Player of the year, Liam Kay, who outshone the current England right wing.
Oh, there you go then. Corey Leigh for England. You've heard it here first. No, but it is great seeing players playing with confidence. Such great attack, and what a conversion that is from Jack Hansen as well.
I never saw his dad kick a goal like that, did I?
No. Well, I interviewed him yesterday for Leigh Centurions TV, and I said, so, for those guys out there that don't know you, what you're going to bring to the team? He says, well, I'm nothing like my dad. He said, my dad will run forward, I'll run round players.
Yeah, definitely. And with the... I always remember when Lee Hansen played over at Leigh East in the latter of his career, his calves are bigger than my thighs, Dave. They are like the proverbial leg of lamb. Now, a penalty there for Leigh Centurion.
Yeah, was it a tackle in the air?
I think so, yeah.
We're getting carried away. We're enjoying ourselves too much, Joe. We should be concentrating on the game.
No, we're watching the game as well. Lewis Foster kicks into touch just below us here in the empty stand this week, Dave.
Still, who says that this shouldn't be, an enjoyable job?
That's true.
It's a delight being able to bring coverage of Leigh Centurions to the greater public. Over the halfway line go the Centurions again at the start of this set. Notice that young Jordan Hill is on now. He's another one from Leigh East, isn't he?
Yeah. I just wrote that down. I was just going to say that. Are you reading my script?
Sorry. I'll be hearing from your solicitor in the morning. Here's Pownall on the right-hand side. Shrugs away from one. Oh, he doesn't know where he's running. He's running behind 3 of his own men. Then, bang, takes a big hit for his trouble. He was trying not to give away a penalty, wasn't he? Now, Hill goes it alone. Bounces off the first. Can't shrug away from that number 29 again. I'm wondering if that is Craig White, It does look a little bit like him.
Oof.
Johnny Walker offloads. Back to Hill. Little knock-on comes in. But where did that knock-on come from? I didn't even see it as a knock-on, really.
I think he's saying it played a North Wales player. I think he's saying it hit one of his arms.
I think that Ollie Wilkes is asking a similar sort of question to me as well.
Who are we? We're only up here.
He's down there.
And he's down there.
So North Wales Crusaders go on the attack. All their early fire has seemingly been blunted now. 36 points to 10 in the favour of the Centurions.
Yeah, I think the enthusiasm which all of the Leigh team have shown is very good, and they've not been overawed by these youngsters playing against, I'd say, as you said, Dave, at the beginning of the game, very good North Wales team. I think they'll do really well in their division.
Forward they come again with John O'Smith. Hasn't seemed to have got his hands on the ball as much this second half. Mind you, for much of the last 5 or 6 minutes, he's been with Leigh, hasn't it?
Exactly,
That's a poor ball from dummy half. Massam has to retreat into his own half to collect. Good challenge coming on him by Sam Bagley, who's on now. And it's boomed downfield by that kick. Good kick it was too. He was under pressure, was the Crusaders halfback.
Yeah, so he gives everybody get a bit of a breather there. So we're 17 and a half minutes into this game of the second half. So 36 points to 10. And everybody seems to be just, as I said again, the second wind, having a minute, not rushing to get to this scrum down. So it's Leigh and feed on their 20-metre line. And we'll see which way Jack Hansen takes this ball. Johnny Pownall standing is going to be first receiver, I think.
Oh no, it bypasses him. Goes to Cameron Pittman instead.
He's had a quiet game, Cameron. He's not had much ball, has he, in dangerous positions?
He's done what he's needed to, hasn't he?
Yeah.
But as you mentioned, they concentrated play down that left-hand side more with Corey Leigh, Sam Pete, Dixon, haven't they? So, not a lot has come down this right-hand side, but maybe that's up to the right-hand side to start calling for it. Hanson brings it down the right now. Somebody shouted for it. And unfortunately for the Centurions, Johnny Walker runs right behind his own man.
Bit of shepherd in there, Dave, as they used to call it.
The old shepherd. I'm convinced actually now. I'm going to call him Craig White. I think this is Craig White. He's 29.
Right.
It's took me a good nearly 60 minutes to work it out, but
I'll trust your judgment on that one, Mr. Parkinson. Oh, we nearly had with two balls on the field, and why he kicked it off, and that was actually on the field of play. Oh, my goodness me, Johnny Walker on Ryan Duffy.
He carried on going though, didn't he? Duffy, to his credit, he's inside the 20. Ball moved right through White, across to Ashall. Ashall throws a dummy, tries to duck his way through the gap that appeared, but Dixon quickly closed it down. Along with Wilkes, White again, dabbing forward for the in-goal area. Great bit of work there. Middlers charging through, and he's touched down on the kick as well.
Yeah, a good kick, and he certainly knows how to score a try, does Gary Middler. So, good reply by North Wales, and they've earned that. So, fair rap. And you said this Craig White has certainly guided them around the field a bit more. And when they started, they had two hookers playing half-back, so Anthony Murray's pushed this, we're saying it's Craig White, and it's given them a bit more direction and probably steadied the ship for North Wales. So with Ian Mort to attempt this conversion, the score now at the moment is Leigh Centurions 36, North Wales Crusaders 14, with, I should imagine this is a run-of-the-mill attempt by Ian Mort. But you said something just to jinx him here, Dave, if you will.
He's a great kicker, Marty. Right-footed. He'll step up. Surely he can't miss this one. No, it's straight between those uprights. 36-16 is the score.
And we're halfway through this second period. So it's, they said, Leigh Centurions 36, North Wales 16. So we'll see if Lewis Foster can make a hash of this restart. Hopefully he doesn't. And plants it firmly. I'd say on the North Wales try line would be just what we needed. He's a left-footed kicker, and it falls on the 10-metre line.
Forward comes Massam, running for the middle. I tell you what, he's a big man, isn't he, for a winger?
He is for sure.
There won't be many bigger wingers in League One. That's for sure, as Duffy brings it forward through the middle for the Crusaders. Now, the last time they scored, they rallied, didn't they?
Yeah.
So I wonder whether we'll see another rally from the Crusaders to get them a little bit closer to this Leigh side, or whether Leigh will have the class to get away from them again. Well, certainly they're working it down the right-hand side. There's Reardon. He's done a good defensive job on Reardon today.
I think that's the first time I've heard him mentioned in commentary in this second half, so they've probably changed their direction a bit.
Ashall brings it through the middle to Duffy. Duffy offloads. Oh, it's put down by Mort. Dixon picks up quickly for the Centurions. That's the zero tackle.
Did really well then, Ryan Duffy, and Marty will be upset with himself there.
Oh, there's Foster. It all goes a bit awry with him though, because he looked to the left-hand side, didn't see anybody there. He was wanting to get rid of the ball quickly, wasn't he, as well? Here's Pownall, just drops it back for Hopkins. The two of them were having a good discussion about Leigh East and Leigh Miners yesterday. Here's Hanson, popping the ball up inside to Walker. It takes some real holding, 30 metres away from the try line, the Centurions. Ball fed left through Foster again, who takes it to the line, then on to Pownall, who dances past one, keeps his arm free, decides to keep hold of the ball in the end though. Infield it comes again to Foster, who's playing scrum half, little step from him, forward he crashes to the 10 metre line. It's building for the Centurions, Hanson's calling for it, it comes right to him, he kicks it high, they were concentrating on this sort of play, and then it's been picked up by Leigh and it's touchdown. There's Pownall, he thinks he's going to try. Referee goes to the touch judge, has a word with him. Oh, he's been held up. I thought he was unlucky there, was Cameron.
Oh, we've still got tackles in the bag, we have, haven't we, Dave? So no, it must have been the last tackle.
Last tackle turnover. Here's the Crusaders inside their own 20. Middlehurst is wrestled to the deck by 3.
As you're saying, Dave, Lewis Foster's now dropped in at half-back because Ben Reynolds is left the field having a breather, so that just bodes well for Lewis's game time, doesn't it?
It does. And shows that he's multifaceted as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's John O'Smith. Good run from him. Oh, that was an awkward-looking challenge as he sort of fell backwards. Owen Griffiths feeds it left to Middlehurst again. He's tireless, isn't he? I tell you what, if he got another 2 stone on him and another 5 inches in height, he'd be an England international.
Would you believe, Dave, when he played at Widnes? He played at Widnes in the last Super League.
Yeah.
And he played prop because they put that much weight on him.
I wouldn't have thought it looking at him now, to be honest.
No.
But that ball being allowed to bounce any which way by the Crusaders, it comes off Crusaders' hands as it was kicked forward, and accidental offside and turnover.
Turnover, yeah.
So Leigh have possession inside their own 40. These Crusaders fans, they've not shut up chanting and singing all the way through the game. And I tell you what, it's an impressive array of chants that they've got as well.
It certainly is. Well, they're renowned for singing, aren't they, in Wales, allegedly. There's somebody called Tom Jones from Wales, but he's from South Wales, isn't he?
He is. Maybe he moved when Bridgend came north. I don't know. Anyway, Leigh in possession with Dixon down that left-hand side again.
I see Frankie Holton's come onto the field, Dave.
Now, this is a young forward with some promise as well, Frankie Holton. Hopkins teasing the defence before bursting through the middle. We've got a player with no number on now for the Crusaders. Oh, it's all happening. I don't know how I'm going to keep an eye on that one. I hope he doesn't score either. Foster working his way down the left-hand side. Last tackle signalled. Here's Hill dabbing over the top, but didn't really shout to his next player what was going on.
No, that was a bit tame, really, at the end of the set of 6.
Mort took it well, though, but Crusaders are under a bit of pressure. They're inside their own 10. Leigh piling forward. Johnny Pownall almost up with the line, to be honest, just giving encouragement from full-back.
Yeah, even though Johnny's only a young lad, he's got quite a bit of experience, so he'll be giving a guiding hand from the back to these youngsters.
John O'Smith down the left-hand side for the Crusaders. White was running into the hole, didn't get the ball. Now Middlehurst finds the floor quickly. Wrestled by Frankie Holton. Now it's Ashall kicking long from deep inside his own half. Concentration aplenty from Corey Leigh, though. The hat-trick man brings it forward to his own 40-metre line. I think he has been really good out on that left-hand flank.
Yeah, he's been
today,
exceptional.
Corey.
I was just going to say, Dave, I don't know if we are having a man of the match, but would you say he's in the running for it?
He's definitely got to be in the running. Anyone who comes up with a hat-trick has got to be in the running for a man of the match,
going
to be
off
fair.
Liam Kay's performance last week.
Here's Walker. Oof, 3 players in on him. One of them came in with a late smash.
Tackled by Walker.
Is that? Yes. Walker on Walker. Leigh still in possession.
Again,
it is. 14 minutes till the end of the game. Dixon running down the left-hand side again. I think he'll be a real asset to Leigh this season. I've been mega impressed with what I've seen so far of Andrew Dixon.
Well, you've just said there 14 minutes left. So he's played all of the game without a breather.
Oh, mistake comes in from White. Someone needs to get on it. Oh, that was a horrible mistake from White. It just bounced up invitingly and he clapped his hands together.
Yeah, he's not the tallest of lads, so if he hadn't clapped his hands together, it could have bounced over his head.
Well, that's true. So,
scrum down on the North Wales 10 metre line, Leigh head and feed. So yeah, going back to Andrew Dixon, well impressed. He's played all of the game this half. I don't know how much game time he'd had anywhere else because there's been no friendlies, so he's a good response for his first game for Leigh Centurions, with Jack Hanson taking the ball, Johnny Pownall coming round the back on the loop link play.
So here's Hill taking it forward himself. Doesn't lack any confidence, does he,
No,
the young hooker?
Said that, yeah, he was looking to offload. Johnny Pownall acting half back to Jack Hanson.
Hanson across to his left. Holton was in a hole just for a second. Hanson moves into dummy half now. Looks to his left. Foster's there. He feeds it on to Dixon, who knew he was going to get battered. Goes ever so close to the try line.
He's lost. Oh, I thought he'd lost the ball then, Dave.
Infield it comes. It's a try for the Centurions. Little pass to the right hand side, and Leah over again through Johnny Walker.
Johnny Walker, yeah, he did well. Turned as he caught the ball and twisted, and ended up nobody touched him as he got over the line. And yeah, well impressed. And I think, it's Sam Hopkins. I thought he was going to take Andrew Dixon off, but to me it looks like Andrew Dixon's going to play the whole 80 minutes.
It was a great bit of running, that I have to admit, by Johnny Walker, but lovely service from dummy half. I think it was Foster, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The inside ball.
Yeah. And you're talking Lewis Foster, Jordan Hill, and of course Jack Hanson. They've really excelled. They've not been overawed at all, and they've all dropped in and intermingled, playing 6, 7 or 9. And Jack Hanson to attempt this conversion. Yeah, I've been well impressed, Dave.
And what's more,
successful conversion.
He is successful. Three goals now from the boot of Hanson. And still, we've got 11 minutes left, Joe.
I was just going to say, 11 minutes left. Do you think we can run away with it even further? Because I think some of these North Wales players could well be tiring.
Ball punted high up in the air. Hanson comes for it. Shows his confidence by taking on the defender which came at him, which was Joe Burke, who's about 12 inches bigger than him, isn't he? There's a good foot taller than him. Actor. His game time has been managed this afternoon. Now it's Warburton. Now he's the real utility player of the reserves, to be honest, Luke Warburton. Over the last 3 years that he's been with the Centurions, I've seen him play in every position, bar wing.
So there's chances in this next season then?
You never know. Well, not really with Corey Leigh running the tries in like that, possibly.
Well, no.
But yeah, Crusaders have the ball back again inside their own half. Turner runs into dummy half now and then takes it down the right. Jacques Pete meets him headlong on with the challenge. Also helping there is Lewis Foster. Across left it comes through Ashall and White. He took it to the line, but the defence moves in on him quickly. Acton leading the challenge alongside Jamie Tracy. Now John O'Smith knew he had to take that ball forward, but didn't really want to be the man to take it forward, I don't think.
Yeah, I think he was a bit left out on a limb there, was John O.
Little kick comes in from Ashall. It's a lovely kick. Middlehurst has it. Middlehurst kicks over the top again. They're streaming up here, the Crusaders. It's going to be another try for them. Good kick, good response. There's Alex Thompson with the try.
Yeah, 2 good kicks there. They must have planned that. I'm not sure they planned the second kick by Middlehurst, but certainly the first was over the top of the heads of the onrushing Leigh defenders, and we was caught out a bit there. So Anthony Murray is still trying to, impress and turn different lads around, and at the end of the day he's working on a shoestring budget, so good luck to the North Wales lads. And we're roughly eight minutes away at the present time. It's Leigh 42, North Wales 20, with this conversion to come by your friend Ian Mort, Dave.
I'm not saying anything this time.
In fact, I don't think it is Morty, that is it? No, it's not.
It's Turner.
It's turn. So whether Morty's gone off the field, I don't know. Anyway, Leigh regathering the thoughts behind the post, and he's kicked that one to make it 42-22.
Good goal from Turner, that one.
Yep.
42-22. I tell you what, you've been royally entertained this afternoon.
We have, David. When you see these friendlies, because they've got so many players and they're trying to give everybody as much equal game time as is possible, sometimes we do get a bit confused as to who's playing where, doing what. I mean, again, we've just seen Elliot Licku return to the field. I think Sam Peach has left the field as well, so they're forever chopping and changing. Somebody was actually saying to me before the game, Dave, that there'd been somebody saying that Wigan at one stage had 14 players on the field last week. I don't know if you've heard that one before.
Oh, I'd not heard that one actually, but hey, we still beat them.
I was just going to say, they still beat us with 14 on.
Forward come the Crusaders. That's a good run from Hobson down the middle.
I think that was, as you said, forward. I think it was forward from Hobson. A bit of a lucky escape there.
Callum Wright across to Ashall. Now it's White and he's left with Mort. Mort across to Massam. Massam charging down the wing. Showed some good pace, but Pittman got across beautifully.
Good tackle.
Take him into touch.
That's very good indeed, yeah. Young Sam Bagley just couldn't quite get over him, but Cameron sliding round the back and just swept him into touch just inside Leigh's half. And what was that? 1,359 watching this friendly with North Wales. A good turnout on both sets of spectators. Well done to everybody.
Very noisy turnout from North Wales Crusaders. Very pleased to see each and every one of them on the terrace over on that side. Here's Pownall though, attacking from the scrum. Ooh, he was going close.
And Andrew Dixon's just been awarded the man of the match, Dave.
No surprise. Absolutely no surprise. He's been head and shoulders above anything else in that field for me.
What about Corey Leigh? You said Corey Leigh scored three.
Well, Corey was in with a chance.
Turncoat.
I've been called worse. Hanson running right, taking on the line, taking the challenge as well. He'll definitely learn plenty from this game. Licku goes one way, forward like his dad always did.
Well, what can I say about that? Yeah, as I say, it's good stock. Hanson and Licku.
Hanson across to his left. Foster dabbing the kick through. Bounces up invitingly in the end goal area. Warburton attacks the man literally and concedes a penalty.
Was a bit of an eye shot there.
High tackle from Warburton, just got caught out there.
He wasn't using his loaf there, David, was he really?
Ooh.
No reply.
Oh dear. We've got a long way to go. 5 minutes of this game left.
Brought a smile to our cameraman's face there, Mr. Parkinson Senior.
Brought a smile to my face as well, Joe. Crusaders have the ball 32 metres away from their own line with Johnny Walker. He'll stand and play it to right. He gets it to White. Now it's Middlehurst on the left hand side. 40 metres away from his own line, so it looked good from the Crusaders. It only got them 10 metres. Here's John O'Smith. Gains another 5 metres there for the Crusaders. They're still inside their own half. Right onto White and across to the right hand side it goes this time with Hobson. Now Burke. Very raw looking forward, isn't he, Joe Burke?
Yeah, he's come down from Borough, followed Anthony Murray down from Borough. Where's he
from South Wales originally.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's actually played for the Welsh international team. White flicks the ball out, but it's a massive forward pass in the end. But you couldn't blame him for trying to keep play moving.
Well, it was the last play, wasn't it? So not really a good option to finish off with, as I say. But Leigh will play the ball roughly 33, 34 metres from their own line. When the referee's ready, Mr. Gill. But Jamie Acton takes one for the cause. That's the first one in. Jordan Hill directing traffic. Elliot Liku, the next one. Oh, my goodness me, Elliot. Well done. He certainly stood up well to that.
So the Centurions still in possession, just their side of the halfway line. Across it comes to Acton. Acton back to Hanson. Moved across to the right-hand side. Here's Corey Leigh again.
He's dropped in at full-back now, Dave, because Johnny Purnall's left the field. I think he was suffering from a bit of cramp, so it has happened. Corey's gone at full-back.
Oh, good work from Jamie Tracy. On to Cameron Pittman down this right-hand side. Leigh 30 metres away from the try line. Can they finish with another try? To the left it's moved with Hanson. Good footwork from Foster, but he ended up stepping himself into a tackle. Then did well to step away from one and step bang into one.
That's true, yeah. So it's last tackle here, so we'll see what Jack Hanson does. He puts one.
Oh, it's a teasing kick.
Certainly is.
And then it bounces dead. Oh well. Ezzy Harper thought he got a try in the corner as the ball bounced loose, but then it's going to be a penalty to North Wales Crusaders again.
I think it's tackle in the air, exactly.
9 penalties to 3 in favour of North Wales.
But I think that one, Dave, I think he was challenging for the ball, so are you not allowed to challenge at all? You know, I don't know.
Joe Burke tackled down low. Oh, that will look forward.
Just a wee bit.
Hobson down the right-hand side. Referee hasn't spotted it though, I'm amazed.
So where's his touch judge assistance there?
Ashall brings it to Walker. Wraps up by 3. Eventually disappears underneath that challenge. He's on his back. He's lashing out at Jamie Tracy. And he's gone looking for him. To share words. Kick comes in from Ashall to complete that set. Ezzy Harper races back. He's got all the time in the world to turn around on that one. That's the thing with Ezzy Harper. He always makes it look like he's got time.
Yeah. And they was well up. To me, they may have been in an offside when the ball was kicked, but
there's Luke Warburton driving through the middle, 30 metres from his own line. Ball swept to the right-hand side with Acton, who threw a dummy, then surged forward. He loves it, Jamie, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, he's just settling it down, isn't he? Because when you look, I think Jamie's the only one out of the first-team squad there.
That's a good kick from Foster.
Yeah, very good kick.
He's had a 40-20. Was he just outside his own 40 then? We wait for the decision of the referee. And it is. It's a 40-20. Lovely 40-20 from Foster.
Yeah, definite. Saves a lot of hard work, that does, Dave, where you've got a kicker of that ilk can just ping one down and gives everybody a bit of a breather, but also Leigh on the front foot for these last minute and a half, something like that, Dave, left. So, as you said, let's see if we can finish with a flurry and take us near to the 50 points mark. But a good game all round by Leigh Centurions, so away we go.
Here's Leigh, bounces out of one challenge, ducks his way forward to the 10. White's hurt his shoulder there.
Yeah, he has.
I'd be running at him.
He's got onto the wing.
Liku charging forward for the Centurions. Was saying how he's wanting to play a lot of core rugby for the Centurions this season, and with the build of him, I'm sure that's going to happen. Ball to no one in particular. It's scooped up by the Crusaders. They've got out of their own 20. That's a fortunate bit of play.
Yeah.
Unfortunate for the Centurions, who've then compounded matters by giving away their 10th penalty.
I was just going to say, is that the double figures? So we're not going to see Leigh finishing with a flurry. I think we might be seeing North Wales pushing it into Leigh's half here. And that's just short of the halfway line, so they're going to get 6 tackles as we'll take them into Leigh's half and probably take us into the final hooter. We're still tackling well, we're still 3 men into the tackle, gang tackling. And there goes the hooter, Dave.
Yeah, the hooter sounds, and the Centurions have done it. They have won this afternoon by 42 points to 22. A highly entertaining friendly here. I'm sure there's plenty for Paul Anderson and Paul Rowley to look at from this one and dissect. Some superb attacking play at times from the Centurions, and this afternoon we've seen tries from Sam Peat, Sam Hopkins, a hat-trick from Corey Leigh, 2 tries from Johnny Pownall and 1 from Johnny Walker. We've seen 2 goals from the boot of Ben Reynolds, 3 goals from the boot of Jack Hanson, and for the Crusaders we've seen tries from Tommy Johnson, Owen Griffiths Middlehurst and Alex Thompson, with goal split between Turner, Mort and Johnson. 42-22. Blimey, that was a long round up. We hope you've enjoyed this game here on Leigh Centurions TV and via mixlr.com/Leigh Centurions. My thanks go to Joe Wood for his assistance as always, and we'll be with you next week when it's the Cougars that come to town.
Good stuff, thank you.